I'm up late and my brain doesn't shut down from doing another video and posting some things. So I thought if my brain is still going, then I would make another video on my why and, well, or plural, whys. My whys to really anything. My whys to why I am the way I am and who I am and all the blessings in between. One of the things I'm naturally or natural at doing rather is life coaching. So went and took a boot camp with Mark and Magali Pisha and been doing some life coaching at some clients, things like that. But a lot of my life coaching comes from standing in line at the grocery store, at Walmart, or anywhere, and having some stranger just feel compelled to tell me everything, and then have it dawn on them like, oh, I'm sorry, like I don't know why I'm telling you all this. And then I like affirm to him like it's okay. It's like I'm a magnet and I just like suck that verbiage out of you. There's like no secrets. Like you I just kind of make you tell me. It's like something it draws stuff out of people. Um there's been a few times I went to like life coaching or sex counseling or something myself through some of the uh, things in life, and lo and behold, like every single time I would talk to somebody, like they would end up telling me about their life, and then it would dawn on them like, oh wait, it we're here about you. I'm like, no, we're actually here about you. But anyway, why life coaching? I think that's part of the Lord's doing. He equips us to do things, right? So in my life, it was tough. There was some trauma. There was some drama. There was, drugs and alcohol and issues. And my mom was married like 9 times, and just crazy different things. And, let me see, what time is it? Yeah, we don't have time in this entire day for the whole story, but I went through all those trials and all that experience, not for the sake of just having it be to me. It was for me, right? We get a choice. Do things happen to us or do that things happen for us? And it definitely happened for me because I was able to take all of that and allow the Lord to make beauty from the ashes, right? And to turn that story around and make it good. And because of that, because of the experiences and the places that I've gone and been, then I can relate to people. And so when they're telling me something or they're trying to explain a situation in their life or a traumatic event in their life, like I can sense that, I can go back there and in that moment, feel what they're feeling and then let them know and then be able to relate to them. And so then they don't feel like it's just them or they're all alone, because nothing on this planet has anybody gone through that somebody else hasn't gone through. And so when we relate to somebody, it's a big deal. And then we learn to trust them and to trust what the advice they're going to give. And that's a big deal for me because I absolutely love people so much that I want them to be alleviated from their hurts and their traumas, and to have them see everything in a different perspective. And perspective is so important because once we have a clear perspective of things, then it seems as though we can move past that. And when we speak of those things, speaking out on those things, it's almost like the chains have to be removed from whatever it was that was binding us up, and the oppression of some of those things. Like once it's spoken out, it's released, and then we can move on and heal from the freedom of release of what our tongue is releasing. So life coaching is absolutely part of my life, and it's in everything that I do. Part of the business that I do, part of what I do as a friend and a mom and as a sister, and whatever my title is, that part of me just goes with everything. And then of course, the Lord God Almighty is always part of that. And so, yeah, probably the biggest part of my life. So the other thing is, I am certified fitness coach. Done that for a long time. It's been my entire life since I started lifting, like when I was 17, and doing track before that in school and things like that. Just always being physical and learning, um, teaching myself some gymnastics because I had an older sister that was taking classes, and I'm like, well, I want to do that, but we couldn't afford it, so I just worked on it myself, right? And so became physical. Um, over the quarantine part, like that was tough though, because I didn't work out as much. Everything was closed, limited space. Um, ate a little bit because fed emotions, things like that, and so even I fell a little bit and put on like, 2 dozen pounds. Still taking them off, and so that's okay. I'll get back in it. Normally only takes me about 3 months to get back in condition, and so still working on that over the course of just this new year. And then my why for that is because I want to live a happy, healthy, beautiful, incredibly long life, healthy with, diseases and I would like to say injury free, but I'm ah, I've broke the left side of me, a little bit up, like busted up my left arm, busted up tib fib break, just crazy stuff. But it's justified because that's being really physical, right? And that's a story in and of itself. But physical fitness is and nutrition is amazingly important to me. I also had asthma as a kid growing up because my entire family was chain smokers, and it was horrid, and I could barely breathe. And there was a class I was going to have to take my 10th grade year, I believe, and I just dreaded the summer of my ninth grade year going into 10th, knowing that we were going to be dropped off during a PE class and have to run back. So I like couldn't even run around the block at first. Ran around the block, made it around the block, and then ran it twice, and then ran it 3 times, and just kept working and working. And as the summer went, I was able to go further and further, and then went to the track at the high school. And I would do this all at dusk and at night, so nobody could see me, right? It was crazy. It's really crazy memories to think back at too. And then I just kept running. Like that just became it's almost like I outran the asthma. It was amazing. And then by the time the school year came back around, I was so nervous, so nervous. And the day came where we loaded up in people's like vehicles, and the coach and whatever cars we were in, they went and dropped us off out of town. I don't know if it was 5K, 10K. I have no idea. I don't even remember. Some of my friends will be like, that was only 3 miles, that was 5K. And I'm like, well, felt like 10, right? So I remember starting to run. I had no idea where people were. None. I just kept running, and then I'd stop and take a quick break, right? And then I'd run, stop and break. And I just kept telling myself, just finish, just finish, just finish, right? Just finish. And I got back to the school, and I ran into the women's dressing room, and like it was dark and nobody was in there. And I was so full of fear and anxiety to go back into the classroom because everybody was going to be in there, and I took a moment to breathe and really think about it. And I thought, you know what? Like I ran it. No, I ran it. And this is a cool thing. And then I just felt this release that I could be joyous over that and over what I accomplished. And I went over and walked into my next class, who it was health, and it was by the same teacher. Our PE teacher was doing health too, and so it was the same teacher. And I walked into class, and there were like 3 guys in there, and they looked over at me, and I'm like, where's everybody at? And they kind of looked at each other like, we're the only ones back. And I'm like, what? What? I was, oh my gosh, I was in such this place of like complete amazement over what the mind and the body can do. Like, I was so just relieved and proud. And I'm like, I don't have an excuse now. Like, I seriously should be able to do anything. This is amazing, right? So my why for fitness was because I can, and because if I outran asthma, well, I can outrun anything, right? And it just became the mentality, like, what is it? What is it I'm afraid of? And I just started overcoming any fear that I had. If I had a fear about speaking in public, then I was going to do it. And if I had a fear about like singing karaoke, I can't sing, but I'll do it, and I'll still do it. Like, if there was a fear, man, I'm like, I got to get over that. I got to accomplish that. I got to battle that, right? So I did, and I was 14 or 15. So that just carried on through life, and family, children, the whys of everything. But now it comes to starting a new adventure alongside everything else, which is Mary Kay and my why for Mary Kay. And I remember an auntie of mine growing up, and I could I can still smell like some of the Mary Kay on her because she used it, and she always looked amazing. She would look so done up to go to the grocery store or just to be in her own house. Like, it was amazing. And so she was the first person that I was introduced that used Mary Kay. And then I think I was 20, I was living in Boise, and a lady came into the bank that I was working at. And she asked if I would be interested in being her face model for some of her shows. And she would give me some free product and product at a discount. And so I'm like, heck yeah, right? Who doesn't want free stuff? And so I started using Mary Kay there, and I used it for about a year before I moved. And that was super cool because I had no clue how to even put makeup on, and I'm still not very good at it. But at least doing that, it kind of trained me a little bit on what to do, why to do it, because all I wore then was like some cover up and mascara. That was it. Like, and lip stuff. Yeah, lip stuff was always the go, lip gloss, whatever. But now it became a bigger why. You know, my daughter-in-law became a Mary Kay consultant, and I saw it do amazing things to her. And I saw her bloom amazingly, and she broke out of so many things from her childhood. And I seen how much time she got to spend giving and helping other women and people in Mary Kay. And then she said, "Hey, you're gonna sign up, right? You know, hey." And so um, I told her no, like, no way. I'm not going to sign up. I've told people numerous times in my life, no to the way. I'm not going to do that. Like, I'll use it. I'm not doing that. Right. I walked into the house one day and I picked up a bottle off the table, and it was the body wash, and I smelled it. And I'm like, this is amazing. Like, I want this. And she goes, well, you have to sign up to get it so you can get it at a cost. And I was like, wait, what? And she's just like, just sign up, just do it. So I did, and it was a little bit of a journey, a little bit of a uphill climb, but back at it, back in it, back doing it. And it's crazy what we learn from our kids, because I've learned so much more than I thought from her and from the tribe that I'm working with, and overcoming challenges that I didn't even know I had, and battling through different things, new things, but I'm doing it with an older mind and a younger mind at the same time. I know that probably doesn't make sense because I really don't know how to explain it, but my why became more important because, um, for one, my daughter, who's only 16, and my kids, um, I want to make a different income that's different, that's also using my life coaching skills, that's teaching me something at the same time I get to teach others, and give me a reason to be amongst groups of women where I get to speak life into them and teach them how to clean their face at the same time. It's just a joyous time and a joyous season. And the why is actually greater than that. But I would probably start tearing up a little bit too much. And I've already did that once tonight. So, so I think I'll pass on that for now. But those are some of my whys to why I am and who I am the way I am. And now Mary Kay is a journey that is just helping me embrace who I'm still becoming. And next year it'll be completely different, and my journey will be a little bit different. And I cannot wait to see even what another week does in my journey, and not just in my life, but who I get to have an impact on, and who I get to help speak life into, and who I get to share life with. And so that's amazing. And if anybody has any questions, like, totally let me know. Or if you even want to tell me, like, you are the goofiest person, like, you make faces and whatever. I know that I like talk with my face sometimes, and I'm trying to like totally be chill right now and concentrate on that. But I know that I like do weird things with my face, and I'm okay with that. But anyway, yeah, if you have any questions, I might just like spend some time like doing a live at some point, and because there's so much to all of us, right? And I'm so willing to hear so many of your guys' stories out there, and that would be really amazing to do, and just to have a give and a take kind of time. So anyway, thanks for hanging out, thanks for watching this, and touch base, touch out, reach out, let me know how you doing, how are